Since there have been a few issues integrating human students, posted here will be a brief list of rules and guidelines to be updated as time goes on in order to aid this transition. Antimatter firecrackers must have less than 1 gram of antimatter. Antimatter fireworks must have less than 1 gram of antimatter. Decorative explosives must have less than 1 gram of antimatter. Anything involving more than 0.1 grams of antimatter must first be cleared by the department head. The on-site medical staff no longer need a reason why a human is injured. Since pretty much every human is augmented to unheard of extents, challenging others to physical duels is seen in bad taste. Mad scientist laughter is now required so as to act as an early warning system. The self-replicating stabby swarm, hey, that's my name, is to be shut down and not created again. Hardcore Human Rule 34 is now classified as a psychological weapon and carries with it the legal implications of such when shown to non-humans. Humans are to limit the sale and/or distribution of any sort of chocolate to non-humans to 0.1 grams per decacycle. Non-humans are not to attempt to replicate, create, or otherwise obtain more than 2.5 grams per decacycle. Yes, it is excellent. However, it is also highly addictive if taken in high, for us anyway, amounts. Humans are not to modify predators native to the planet of any student here in order to make them more dangerous and/or terrifying. Humans are not to modify predators in general to make them more dangerous and/or terrifying. Humans are not to modify predators. Any sort of augmentation of any organism besides themselves by humans is to be first cleared by the bioengineering and cybernetics department heads. Humans are not to instruct organisms how to modify themselves so as to technically not have been the ones to do it. No augmenting the dead. The proposed Project Zombie? No. The airborne virus forcing several species to talk in reverse was just wrong on multiple levels. If we ever figure out who did it, they will be disciplined. The on-site medical staff insists that they not be told why a human is injured. If pirates, etc., attack the facility, you are free to defend yourselves and the facility. But if they surrender, you must take prisoners, not turn this asshole's spine into powder and force his buddies to snort it. No experimenting on prisoners. Anything which causes you to pause and wonder if the ethics board will have issue with it must first be cleared by the relevant department heads. If a human and a Farkar Dakan are in a relationship, please let us know ahead of time so we can install more soundproofing. No playing volleyball with Yeet-class tugboats and asteroids. Trapping someone in an entirely dark and soundproof room, suspended in midair with pressor beams, is just cruel. As is doing the same with any other form of levitation-inducing mechanisms. No trapping people in rooms. This seems like the sort of thing that shouldn't have to be said. No experimenting with electromagnet powerful enough to crumple the university into a tiny ball without clearance from relevant department heads. The on-site medical staff will apparently be shooting with non-lethal projectiles anyone who tells them why a human is injured unless it is completely necessary to the successful treatment of such injuries. No installing mechanisms in the hallways to make the floors slightly change in tilt every day. Or anywhere else. John Vlaktovich, why did you ever think that was a good idea? No changing the climate of the area. Dragons are to be kept smaller than 10 meters in length. No outfitting every cargo ship that comes within the star system with enough weapons to classify it as a dreadnought, even if you call it light point defense weaponry. Use the common sense of a species other than human. I don't care that this is discriminatory. Don't do anything which might cause your teachers to have their species equivalent of PTSD. Do not hide crocodiles in toilets. Do not hide alligators in toilets. Do not hide anything, living, dead, robotic, or otherwise, in toilets. Do not use time travel to cheat on exams. Do not clone people without their consent. Do not camouflage, wall up, or otherwise make inaccessible doors or classrooms to delay lessons. Do not sell things for someone else's blood. Do not sell things for someone else's soul. Do not sell things for someone else's firstborn child. Do not sell things for someone else's second-born child. Do not sell things for someone else's child. Do not sell things for someone else's relative. Do not sell things for anybody. Do not build sandcastles in the middle of hallways. Do not build castles out of classmates frozen in time. Do not build castles out of classmates restrained in any manner. Do not build castles out of teachers. Do not build castles out of people. Do not build castles out of organisms. Actually, just don't mess with time in general. The phrase in general does not mean inside a military general, and you know that. Do not make speech, sent, etc. to text the only way of transcribing things. Do not create self-replicating castles. Do not edit this document. Do not make any construct of any sort out of anything living or recently deceased. Do not do anything which might cause accountants to have their species equivalent of PTSD. Do not construct a Beowulf cluster out of people's brains unless they were already dead and marked as organ donors. Do not do things just so this list has more entries. The Irarians have their equivalent of a panic attack every time a human proclaims, "Blood for the Blood God!" or "For the Emperor!" So just don't. Rule 34 means that the biggest measurement of length is to be less than 10 meters, be it from snoot to tail tip or wingtip to wingtip. Not that everything's fine so long as a single scale is less than 10 meters thick. No.